Hello everyone and welcome back to Daily Dose of English. I'm Tom and I'm thrilled you're here with me today. You know what? Today we're going to tackle something that many English learners find tricky but incredibly useful. Phrasal verbs. These little word combinations are everywhere in English conversation, and mastering them will make you sound so much more natural and fluent. In this episode, we'll learn 50 essential phrasal verbs that native speakers use every single day. We'll practice them together using shadowing technique, create real conversations, and by the end, you'll feel much more confident using these phrasal verbs in your daily life. Are you ready? Let's dive in. First, let me explain what phrasal verbs are. A phrasal verb is when we combine a verb with a preposition or adverb, and together they create a completely new meaning. For example, look means to see with your eyes, but look up means to search for information. Look up is a phrasal verb. Look up is a phrasal verb. Now you repeat. Here's why phrasal verbs are so important. Native speakers use them all the time in casual conversation. We often choose phrasal verbs over formal single verbs because they sound more natural and friendly. Instead of saying, I need to postpone the meeting, we say, I need to put off the meeting. I need to put off the meeting. I need to put off the meeting. Now you repeat. Let's start with phrasal verbs we use in our morning routine. These are super practical because you can use them every single day. Number 1, wake up. This means to stop sleeping. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I wake up at 7 o'clock. Now you repeat. Number 2, get up. This means to get out of bed. After I wake up, I get up. After I wake up, I get up. Now you repeat. Number 3, turn off. This means to stop something electronic. I turn off my alarm. I turn off my alarm. Now you repeat. Number 4, put on. This means to wear clothes. I put on my shirt. I put on my shirt. Now you repeat. Number 5, take off. This is the opposite. To remove clothes. I take off my pajamas. I take off my pajamas. Now you repeat. Let me tell you a quick morning story using these phrasal verbs. Yesterday morning, my alarm didn't go off. My alarm didn't go off. My alarm didn't go off. Now you repeat. So I woke up late. I woke up late. I woke up late. Now you repeat. I had to get up quickly. I had to get up quickly. I had to get up quickly. Now you repeat. I put on my clothes in 2 minutes. I put on my clothes in 2 minutes. I put on my clothes in 2 minutes. Now you repeat. Now let's learn phrasal verbs for work and study. These are essential if you work in an English-speaking environment or study in English. Number 6, log in or log on. This means to enter a computer system. I log into my computer. I log into my computer. Now you repeat. Number 7, log out or log off. The opposite. To exit a computer system. Don't forget to log out. Don't forget to log out. Now you repeat. Number 8, hand in. This means to submit or give something to someone. Please hand in your homework. Please hand in your homework. Now you repeat. Number 9. Look over. This means to check or review quickly. Can you look over my report? Can you look over my report? Now you repeat. Number 10. Figure out. This means to understand or solve something. I need to figure out this problem. Let me break this down. I need to figure out. I need to figure out. Now you repeat. This problem. This problem. Now you repeat. Now the full sentence. I need to figure out this problem. I need to figure out this problem. Now you repeat. Here's a fun fact. In British English, we often say work out instead of figure out for solving problems. Both are correct. Number 11. Put off. This means to postpone or delay. Let's put off the meeting until tomorrow. Let's put off the meeting. Let's put off the meeting. Now you repeat. Until tomorrow, until tomorrow. Now you repeat. Number 12. Keep up. This means to maintain the same pace or level. It's hard to keep up with all the work. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up. Now you repeat. With all the work. With all the work. Now you repeat. These phrasal verbs are perfect for making plans and talking about your social life. Number 13. Hang out. This means to spend time relaxing with friends. Do you want to hang out this weekend? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to hang out? Now you repeat. This weekend. This weekend. Now you repeat. Number 14. Meet up. This means to meet someone you've planned to see. Let's meet up at the cafe. Let's meet up at the cafe. Let's meet up at the cafe. Now you repeat. Number 15. Pick up. This has many meanings. One is to collect someone in a car. I'll pick you up at 8. I'll pick you up at 8. I'll pick you up at 8. Now you repeat. Number 16. Drop off. This means to take someone somewhere and leave them. Can you drop me off at the station? Can you drop me off? Can you drop me off? Now you repeat. At the station, at the station. Now you repeat. Number 17. Call off. This means to cancel something. We had to call off the party. We had to call off the party. We had to call off the party. Now you repeat. Let's practice these in a real conversation. Listen first, then we'll shadow together. Sarah. Hey Mike, do you want to hang out on Saturday? Mike. Sure. What time should we meet up? Sarah. How about 2 p.m? I can pick you up from your place. Mike. Perfect. Oh wait, didn't we put off going to that new restaurant? Sarah. You're right. Let's go there. I hope they didn't call off their grand opening. Mike. Me too. Can you drop me off at home after? I need to finish some work. Now let's shadow some key sentences from this dialogue. Do you want to hang out on Saturday? Do you want to hang out on Saturday? Now you repeat. I can pick you up from your place. I can pick you up from your place. Now you repeat. Didn't we put off going to that new restaurant? Let's break this down. Didn't we put off? Didn't we put off? Now you repeat. Going to that new restaurant. Going to that new restaurant. Now you repeat. These phrasal verbs help you talk about communication. Super important in our digital age. Number 18. Call back. This means to return a phone call. I'll call you back later. I'll call you back later. I'll call you back later. Now you repeat. Number 19. Hang up. This means to end a phone call. Don't hang up yet. Don't hang up yet. Don't hang up yet. Now you repeat. Number 20. Speak up. This means to talk louder. Can you speak up, please? Can you speak up, please? Can you speak up, please? Now you repeat. Number 21. Cut off. This means to interrupt or disconnect. The call got cut off. The call got cut off. The call got cut off. Now you repeat. Number 22. Get through. This means to successfully contact someone. I finally got through to customer service. I finally got through. I finally got through. Now you repeat. To customer service. To customer service. Now you repeat. Life isn't always smooth sailing, right? Here are phrasal verbs for dealing with problems. Number 23. Deal with. This means to handle a situation. I need to deal with this issue. I need to deal with this issue. I need to deal with this issue. Now you repeat. Number 24. Sort out. This means to organise or fix a problem. Let's sort out this mess. Let's sort out this mess. Let's sort out this mess. Now you repeat. Number 25. Work out. This can mean to solve or to exercise. We need to work out a solution. We need to work out a solution. We need to work out a solution. Now you repeat. Number 26. Give up. This means to stop trying. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. Now you repeat. Number 27. Break down. This can mean to stop working or to cry. My car broke down yesterday. My car broke down yesterday. My car broke down yesterday. Now you repeat. Here's a motivational thought. When things break down in life, it's often a chance to build them back up stronger. These are phrasal verbs you'll use in everyday situations. Number 28. Run out of. This means to have no more of something. We ran out of milk. We ran out of milk. We ran out of milk. Now you repeat. Number 29. Look for. This means to search for something. I'm looking for my keys. I'm looking for my keys. I'm looking for my keys. Now you repeat. Number 30. Find out. This means to discover information. I found out the truth. I found out the truth. I found out the truth. Now you repeat. Number 31. Turn up. This means to arrive or to increase volume. He finally turned up at the party. He finally turned up. He finally turned up. Now you repeat. At the party. At the party. Now you repeat. Number 32. Show up. Similar to turn up, to arrive. Nobody showed up to the meeting. Nobody showed up to the meeting. Nobody showed up to the meeting. Now you repeat. Let me tell you about my friend Lisa's crazy day yesterday, using lots of our phrasal verbs. Listen carefully, then we'll practice key sentences. Lisa woke up late because her alarm didn't go off. She quickly got up and put on her clothes. When she tried to log into her computer for the morning meeting, the internet cut off. She called tech support but couldn't get through. She decided to deal with it later and headed to the office. On the way, her car broke down. She had to call her colleague Mike to pick her up. When she finally showed up at work, she found out that the important client meeting had been called off. At least I can catch up on my emails, she thought. But then she realised she had to sort out a big problem with a project. By lunchtime, she was ready to give up. But her boss helped her figure out the issue, and they worked out a solution together. After work, she met up with friends to hang out and relax. They went to their favourite restaurant, but it had run out of her favourite dish. Despite everything, Lisa didn't let the challenges get her down. She laughed about her crazy day and enjoyed time with her friends. Now let's shadow some key sentences from this story. Her alarm didn't go off. Her alarm didn't go off. Her alarm didn't go off. Now you repeat. Her car broke down. Her car broke down. Her car broke down. Now you repeat. She had to sort out a big problem. She had to sort out. She had to sort out. Now you repeat. A big problem. A big problem. Now you repeat. They worked out a solution together. They worked out a solution together. They worked out a solution together. Now you repeat. Whether it's friendships, family, or romantic relationships, these phrasal verbs help you express yourself. Number 33. Get along. This means to have a good relationship. I get along well with my neighbours. I get along well. I get along well. Now you repeat. With my neighbours, with my neighbours. Now you repeat. Number 34. Fall out. This means to have an argument and stop being friends. They fell out over money. They fell out over money. They fell out over money. Now you repeat. Number 35. Make up. This means to forgive each other after arguing. They made up after the fight. They made up after the fight. They made up after the fight. Now you repeat. Number 36. Break up. This means to end a romantic relationship. They broke up last month. They broke up last month. They broke up last month. Now you repeat. Number 37. Ask out. This means to invite someone on a date. He finally asked her out. He finally asked her out. He finally asked her out. Now you repeat. Since you're learning English, these phrasal verbs are especially relevant for you. Number 38. Pick up. Another meaning, to learn something casually. I picked up Spanish while travelling. I picked up Spanish. I picked up Spanish. Now you repeat. While travelling. While travelling. Now you repeat. Number 39. Catch on. This means to understand or become popular. The new method is catching on quickly. The new method is catching on quickly. Now you repeat. Number 40. Keep at. This means to continue trying. Keep at it, you're improving. Keep at it, you're improving. Keep at it, you're improving. Now you repeat. Number 41. Go over. This means to review. Let's go over the lesson again. Let's go over the lesson again. Let's go over the lesson again. Now you repeat. Number 42. Brush up on. This means to improve existing skills. I need to brush up on my grammar. I need to brush up on. I need to brush up on. Now you repeat. My grammar. My grammar. Now you repeat. Perfect for talking about your adventures. Number 43. Set off. This means to start a journey. We set off early in the morning. We set off early in the morning. We set off early in the morning. Now you repeat. Number 44. Get back. This means to return. What time did you get back? What time did you get back? What time did you get back? Now you repeat. Number 45. Stop over. This means to stay somewhere briefly on a journey. We stopped over in Paris. We stopped over in Paris. We stopped over in Paris. Now you repeat. Number 46. Check in. This means to register at a hotel or airport. You need to check in 2 hours early. You need to check in. You need to check in. Now you repeat. 2 hours early. 2 hours early. Now you repeat. Number 47. Check out. This means to leave a hotel. We check out at 11 a.m. We check out at 11 a.m. We check out at 11 a.m. Now you repeat. Let's finish with 3 more super useful phrasal verbs. Number 48. Come up with. This means to think of an idea. Can you come up with a solution? Can you come up with a solution? Can you come up with a solution? Now you repeat. Number 49. Look forward to. This means to feel excited about the future. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. Now you repeat. The weekend. The weekend. Now you repeat. Number 50. Carry on. This means to continue. Let's carry on with the lesson. Let's carry on with the lesson. Let's carry on with the lesson. Now you repeat. Let's practice with a longer conversation using many of our phrasal verbs. This is between 2 colleagues, Emma and James. Emma. Hey James, did you figure out that problem with the report? James. Not yet. I've been looking for the error all morning. I might need to ask Tom to look it over. Emma. Good idea. By the way, the client called. They want to put off tomorrow's meeting. James. Again? They called off last week's meeting too. Emma. I know, but don't give up. I'm sure we'll sort it out. Want to meet up for lunch to go over the strategy? James. Sure. I need to brush up on the project details anyway. Should we ask the team? Emma. I already checked. Most of them are working from home today, but Sarah said she'd drop by. James. Perfect. I'm looking forward to getting this sorted out. Let's come up with a plan B just in case. Emma. Absolutely. We can't let this drag on. I'll call the client back after lunch. James. Thanks, Emma. I really appreciate how we get along and work well together. Emma. Me too. Now let's carry on. We've got this. Let's shadow some complex sentences from this dialogue. Did you figure out that problem with the report? Let's break it down. Did you figure out? Did you figure out? Now you repeat. That problem with the report? That problem with the report? Now you repeat. They want to put off tomorrow's meeting. They want to put off. They want to put off. Now you repeat. Tomorrow's meeting. Tomorrow's meeting. Now you repeat. I'm looking forward to getting this sorted out. This is complex. Let's break it. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. Now you repeat. Getting this sorted out. Getting this sorted out. Now you repeat. Now that you know 50 phrasal verbs, let me share some patterns to help you remember them better. First, notice that some particles change the meaning in predictable ways. Up often means completion. Eat up, drink up, use up, eat up your dinner, eat up your dinner. Now you repeat. Out often means thoroughly or to completion. work out, figure out, sort out. We need to work this out. We need to work this out. Now you repeat. Off often means separation or stopping. Take off, call off, log off. The plane takes off soon. The plane takes off soon. Now you repeat. Some phrasal verbs are separable. You can put the object in the middle. For example, turn the light off or turn off the light. Both are correct. Turn the light off, turn the light off. Now you repeat. Turn off the light, turn off the light. Now you repeat. But be careful. With pronouns, you must separate them. We say turn it off, not turn off it. Turn it off, turn it off. Now you repeat. Here's a fun exercise. I'll start a story, and you can continue it using phrasal verbs. Ready? This morning I woke up excited because I was meeting up with my best friend. I was meeting up with my best friend. Now you repeat. We hadn't hung out in months. We hadn't hung out in months. We hadn't hung out in months. Now you repeat. I got up quickly and put on my favourite outfit. I got up quickly. I got up quickly. Now you repeat. And put on my favourite outfit. And put on my favourite outfit. Now you repeat. But then I found out my car wouldn't start. My car wouldn't start. My car wouldn't start. Now you repeat. I had to figure out another way to get there. I had to figure out. I had to figure out. Now you repeat. Another way to get there. Another way to get there. Now you repeat. Let me help you avoid some common mistakes with phrasal verbs. Don't confuse similar phrasal verbs. Look for means search, but look after means take care of. I'm looking for my cat. I'm looking for my cat. Now you repeat. I look after my cat. I look after my cat. Now you repeat. Remember that some phrasal verbs have multiple meanings. Take off can mean remove clothes or when a plane leaves the ground. Context is key. The plane takes off at 5. The plane takes off at 5. Now you repeat. Take off your jacket. Take off your jacket. Now you repeat. Don't forget that phrasal verbs are informal. In formal writing, you might choose single verbs instead. But in conversation, phrasal verbs sound natural and friendly. Now let's practice using phrasal verbs to describe your day. Think about your routine and try to use our phrasal verbs. Here's an example. Every day I wake up at 7. Every day I wake up at 7. Now you repeat. I get up and turn off my alarm. I get up and turn off my alarm. Now you repeat. I put on my clothes and set off for work. I put on my clothes. I put on my clothes. Now you repeat. And set off for work. And set off for work. Now you repeat. At work, I log into my computer. At work, I log into my computer. Now you repeat. I deal with emails and figure out solutions. I deal with emails. I deal with emails. Now you repeat. And figure out solutions. And figure out solutions. Now you repeat. For intermediate learners, here's something interesting. Native speakers often use multiple phrasal verbs in one sentence. Listen to these examples. I need to catch up on work before I meet up with friends. Let's break this down. I need to catch up on work. I need to catch up on work. Now you repeat. Before I meet up with friends. Before I meet up with friends. Now you repeat. Can you look over this before I hand it in? Can you look over this? Can you look over this? Now you repeat. Before I hand it in. Before I hand it in. Now you repeat. Here's something interesting about English-speaking cultures. We often use phrasal verbs to sound more friendly and less direct. Instead of saying enter your password, we say log into your account. Log into your account. Log into your account. Now you repeat. In business emails, you might see more formal language, but in meetings and conversations, phrasal verbs are everywhere. This is why learning them is so important for real communication. Let me share my favourite technique for remembering phrasal verbs. Create mental images. For pick up, imagine literally picking something up from the ground. For breakdown, imagine a car broken into pieces. The sillier the image, the better you'll remember. Also group similar phrasal verbs together. All the phone phrasal verbs, hang up, call back, cut off. Practice them as a set. Hang up, call back, cut off. Hang up, call back, cut off. Now you repeat. Let's do one final practice with some of the most useful phrasal verbs from today. I'll say a situation, and you think of the right phrasal verb. When your alarm rings in the morning, you wake up! You wake up! You wake up! Now you repeat. When you're cold, you put on a jacket. Put on a jacket, put on a jacket. Now you repeat. When you can't find something, you look for it. Look for it. Look for it. Now you repeat. When a meeting is cancelled, it's called off. Called off. Called off. Now you repeat. Wow, we've covered 50 essential phrasal verbs today. Let me quickly recap the main categories. Daily routines. Wake up, get up, put on, take off. Work and study. Log in, hand in. Figure out, put off. Social life. Hang out, meet up, pick up, drop off communication. Call back, speak up, get through problem solving. Deal with, sort out, work out, give up, and many more for relationships, learning and travel. Remember, the key to mastering phrasal verbs is practice. Use them in real conversations even if you make mistakes. Native speakers will understand you and you'll improve quickly. Here's your homework. Choose 5 phrasal verbs from today and use them in sentences about your life. Write them down or say them out loud. For example, tomorrow I need to wake up early. Tomorrow I need to wake up early. Now you repeat. Call to action. Thank you so much for learning with me today. If this lesson helped you, please subscribe to Daily Dose of English. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next lesson. Leave a comment telling me your favourite phrasal verb from today. I read every single one. Next week we'll learn how to use these phrasal verbs in different tenses. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, every small step counts. Every small step counts. Every small step counts. Now you repeat. This is Tom from Daily Dose of English, reminding you that learning English is a journey, not a race. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and most importantly, have fun with the language. See you in the next lesson. Take care and keep up the great work. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work. Now you repeat. Goodbye for now.